Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to go over a new design that we've just put out this past weekend. This is our Pioneer multi-sport layout. So today I'm going to start out with the 2x3 vertical. You should have all of these in your downloads. When you purchased this package, you would have gotten 7 different PSD files. So if you'll open up that folder, if you want to follow along, I'll try to go smoothly, not too quick and not too slow. So here we go. We're going to start with a 2x3 vertical that's right here. Give that a second to pop open. So the good thing about this actual layout is that, or this package is, I don't know why that's there, is we have 7 different layouts for you this time, which is great. And within each layout, you've got different options. So starting with the first one, this is your, what we would call your main um, portrait layout. This is a 2x3 banner or poster or whatever you want to make it to be. Let's start out. I'm going to turn off these layers so we can just show you where we are with layers. Okay, we're going to start just with the background layer. Obviously, we can take our subject out as well, so we'll just go ahead and take him out. All right, so our background layer, it's got the full background. You've got a scale background, but let's just start at the base. So first we have our black background. You can actually change that to any color you want, and that'll come into play later if you just want a solid background. You see that you can just change it to any color you want, but we're going to keep it at black right now. So in our background layers, you can see that right here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change that to let's just go magenta so you can see that these are our background layers. We have our full background. So on that full background, you see you got the different stripes and everything. Check out what we can do with the stripe. So on the stripes, we can change those colors. Let's just say your team colors are blue. So if you'll double click right here in the hue saturation, we're going to change those stripes. See how that happens when you just kind of go up here. You can change the hue. You can make it lighter or darker. Just know if you go too dark, it goes away. Excuse me, too light. If we go all the way to the right, yeah, it goes white. So I probably just said that backwards. Anyway, I think I'm just going to keep that where it is. I'm going to Control Z out of that, keep it where it's at. So there's your stripes, but you also have the same thing with the background. You can change that background to solid black if you want. I don't think it looks that great. Um, Actually, you know what? I need to, there we go. Uh, Change any color you want. So here we go. You can go blue, go darker blue, any color you want. So basically, you can just change those colors to match your team colors. So pretty simple. All right, I'm going to leave it the way it is. We're going to keep it with red there. So that's your full background. We also have another option, which is kind of cool. If you want to have a layer upon a layer, we're going to turn the full background off. Actually, I'm going to leave it on. And we're also going to turn on a scale background. Wrong. Turn that full background off. All right, so basically what we have here is just a frame around the center background, and you can change the back color of that frame if you wanted to. Let's just collapse the full background. We're going to go back to your scale background here. All this is happening on the right side. Want to change that background where it's kind of pinkish color. You can actually, you can just go, I'm going to pick a color for now. It doesn't really matter what we do with it, but you see how all these different things change it. You can change your different colors in the back. You don't have to stay with a gradient. You can also change it to a regular color. I could be wrong there. Maybe we need to, I might fix that where you can change that to just a solid color. Actually, click that off. You can change that right there. That's where your solid color comes in, right there. So yeah, we did set that up correctly. Hallelujah. All right, I'm going to close that down. As that's your scale background, I'm going to take the scale background off. I'm going to put the full background back on, and I'm going to collapse the background layers. In those layers, or if you look right above there, we have elements. Click on the elements, and right away, everything pops up. Um, open that elements right there, and you can see all the different things right here. The left side you see is blue, the right side is red. That's because we have this little layer right here. If you turn that layer off, it's still at solid red. If you want to change that color on the left side, you can do that as well. So you can go in here, change it. Everything is customizable as far as colors go. We have embers that are going to be behind your subject. Those are right there. We also have a spotlight that will go behind your subject if you want it. That's also right there. Um, so what I'm showing you right now are just the different elements and layers. We arrange everything so it's in really easy to look at, and we can change everything as you go. Let's go ahead and pop in our subject. Right now we're going to say this is a football layout. So we got a football player right there, number 8. Don't know what team it is, but we're going with Pioneers because that's what we labeled this. So we got a football player right there. Now, if you notice, he's got a transparent background with a mask. If you don't know how to do a mask on a subject, reach out to us and we can help you do that. So I'm going to shift and I'm going to click on that layer right there again to bring that mask back inside. So there's our player. Let's go to our front bottom options. I'm going to click right here. You see the flames that come up, the embers. I'm going to open that up on the right side so we have embers off, embers on, which kind of makes it work with the embers that are in the air. So these embers on the bottom are in front of the player. The ones in the back are behind. We also have a cloud layer if you prefer a smoke or cloud type image there. So you can do that either one. I'm going to leave the embers on because it just kind of goes with the background. Um, Let me go back down to the background layers and I'm going to turn off the, where is it? I want to turn, let's just leave it right now. It's in there. I'm just not seeing it for some reason. Okay. Anyway, might be in elements. Yeah, it's in elements. Sorry about that. So let's just go ahead and turn off that blue. That way it's all red. Close the elements back up. Go back to our uh, front ember. You see those there. Again, now I'm going to keep going up. We have our lower text. Lower text, you have, if you open that up, got your year. You can change that to anything you want. Let's go 2027. Click off of there. There you got 2027. You can change the effects on this. You can actually go 27, blending options. All of these options you can change. You can change your stroke colors. You can change the outer glow if you want that glow to be, I don't know, let's just say bright green. You can do any of that. I'm going to cancel that and go out of it. The other thing you can do is if you look over on the right at 2027, we have the fill down to 0. That's why you can see through that. Let me get this out of the way. And you're supposed to be able to move those, but I don't see it. Anyway, okay, so on the right side, we have our fill down to 0. Let's go up a little bit. See how that fills that in? You see it right above that bar. Maybe that's how you move it. There we go. So here's the fill again. Go back down. It's kind of I like it. It's a cool effect. Let's just leave it the way it is. Going up, we got upper text layers. In the text layers, we can go down. Got the light streak right here. Right now it's right there. You got your different text layers. This is a very basic layout, but quite a few things you can do to it. So I hope that wasn't too fast. There's really not much you can mess up on here. Basically, if you can change colors and you can put your subject in there, you've got it made. It's pretty easy layout to work with. As always, if you have any questions at all, please reach out to us. We'd be glad to walk you through and get you going on this. Thank you so much for purchasing this package. And if you have any, actually, you know what? Before we hang up on this, let me go ahead and open up some of the other ones just to show you what they look like. Let me close that one down. All right, so that's the main image. I'm going to open up the game day image. Okay, so this one, we won't go through all the different things you can do with these, but I do want to show you what they look like. So your game day image is your graphic that you can put on your social media. You can also print these out. Everything is the same way. It's all customizable. You can change your stripe colors. That's your left, there's your right stripe colors just by clicking in and then changing your colors inside. We have our top text there, and that's also open up, and you can just change it if your game's at 8 p.m. Let's just say 8 p.m. And then we'll just change that. So everything is really customizable there. Going down, that's your top text. Going down, you get your bottom text here. Same thing, open that up. You can change any of those the words in there if you want. And the elements and the background layers, they're all the same that we went over just a moment ago, so I won't go over that, but I just want to show you that it's the same thing. It's all in here. There's a few minor layout differences and things you can do. One thing I do want to do is I want to take our top text. I want to center that because let's just center that to the board. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I want to save this, and we're just going to save it here. All right, that is your game day layout. Let's go to the next layout here. Next one's going to be your 1x2 vertical. 1x2 vertical is going to be just your single player. You'll notice that we have a different um, person in here. Same layout, we just changed it to a soccer player, which is something you can do with every one of these layouts. You can change them to anything you want. Doesn't have to be soccer, doesn't have to be football. The sport is up to you. You'll notice we changed a few of the different um, colors actually. So instead of being the red, straight red, we went to a blue and white. So everything on here is the same style of changing things. There's really nothing different other than the layout on this one. So this is going to be the same. There we have your player here. You want to put that player right in there. So if you have any questions on that, please let us know. We'll go ahead and close this out. I don't need to change that. All right, so going from the 1x2, we're going to go to a 2x3 vertical. Actually, we started out with a 2x3, so let's pass that one. Let's go with a 4x4. So when I say 4x4 on these, it's just a 4x4 ratio or a 2x3 ratio. It's not exactly that size. You can make them smaller or larger depending on your needs, but that is the ratio that you want to have them in. All right, this is another one. It's a different size for your main banner. Everything's the same, just a different size, different layout. So that is going to be your 4x5. Let's close that out. All right, going from a 4x5, we got a 5x4 horizontal. Let's go with the team first because it's going to help you understand the memory maze. So let's go with the team. This one does have a few different features in it. Come on up, come on up. Update those layers. Don't know why the grid keeps coming up. All right, so this one is slightly different layout wise. On the top, we have an edge and color treatment. I'm going to click off of it and you'll notice a little bit difference. You see around the edges, we have a vignette. We also have the option to go from a warm contrast. You can go to a cool contrast. It's very slight, but you can see it. You can turn the vignettes off if you want. It's just something a little extra treatment on the outside of it. The upper text layers are slightly different. You have your Lady Pioneer 2026 text, but then the soccer text, you'll notice, isn't in the upper text, which is right over here. The reason that is because that's behind our players. So we had to move that one actually down to the sport. So if I click off sport, you'll see you can change that. Within there, you can also go inside and you can change the colors and everything in there by right clicking, going to blending options, and then changing whatever you want to do inside this. Get inner shadows and all that kind of stuff. All right. What else is new on this one? The background actually has a couple different things. We have in this one let me take the girls out of there. We have a background fog. So we've got some fog behind the players. You can turn that fog off. You don't have to have that on there, but that's something that's really cool on this one. And on the bottom font options, pretty much the same, but we did add some fog to go along with just a little bit more on the bottom options. If you wanted to add the embers like we've had in the other layouts, you can add the embers. You can also add ground fog if you would like. Close that up. The front bottom, we just went over that. So here we go with the elements again. We do have the embers. If you want the embers behind your players, pop them back in there. You can do that. You can also change that background on the left side again. Looks like we're a little off here. So let me fix that real quick. Get that correct. All right, there we go. Now we're correct. So I'm going to turn that back off. And I'm also going to turn off the embers. Totally up to you how you want to do that. Background layers are going to be the same as before. Nothing's different there. You can change. Well, the only thing different actually is we do not have the the smaller version for the inside. It just wouldn't work on this layout. But there you go. There is your team. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out and show you the next one. So you're probably familiar with what a memory mate is. Memory mate is your individual along with the team. All right. Give that a second, open up here. Off of there. So this one's a little bit different as well as far as layout goes. It's got all the same features as your background layers, your elements, your front bottom options. It's got the background fog. Basically, it has everything that any of our previous layouts have, except for they're arranged in a little bit of a different way. Let me fix this again. Get that where it's correct. All right, there we go. Now, the only difference here is when it comes to the team picture right here, you'll notice it's just a picture itself. So basically, all you have to do is you've got to do the team photo first. You've got to do that layout first. Once you do that, you just simply go into your folder, find that team photo, which we have right here, right? I'm going to double click so you can see it. All you have to do is take that photo and see if I can just do it from here. We're going to drag it in and drop it. This is the scaled down version of it. And then you're going to just kind of put it right where the other one is. Click off of the first one, right? And then you have it. So basically that's how you do it. Then you want to put your other person here. So there you go. That was pretty simple as well. And I'm going kind of quick, so hopefully I haven't lost anyone. All right. I'm just kind of being conscious of time here. All right, so from the memory mate, the horizontal team, the last one that we want to do is your photo button. And this one, if you make photo buttons, is actually really cool for parents, grandparents, and friends to have. So the layout on here, basically all you have to do, you can change your layouts, the background layers, elements, all of that's exactly the same. Um, your bleed guide is the circle. Okay, so if I click off of bleed guide, it's just going to be your main image. I don't know how that thing got off. All right, so your main image is right here. The reason you want that bleed guide is once you get you want to keep everything where it's at. Don't move anything where out of space because you've got to be within inside this bleed. There's a darker circle right here with a black background, and then there's a inner circle. This inner circle, I'm circling it right here. I'll show you real quick. Is basically just got to give you a visual. Okay, so that's your inner circle, and you'll see that it still has the outside of the image. That's a bleed line, so don't worry too much about that one. So anyway, you want all of your images and everything right there. So I would leave it exactly the way it is. All you need to do is pop your player in there and change your text and everything. It's pretty simple, and that's how you would make your button. So you're actually going to turn off your bleed guide, and this is a one by one button. So then you're going to save your graphic this way. So it's going to look like a square. You're not going to save it with this layer on. You want to save it with that layer off. That way, when you go to make your button, you're not going to have any lines around it that shouldn't be there. So that gives you plenty of room to get your image with inside your button parameters. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. So there you go. That's really quick, but I just wanted to show you that's everything you get in this package. So it's all right here. You get one, two, three, four, five, six, seven different versions of this layout, and within each layout, you've got different options. So it's pretty good. As before, if you have any questions, let us know. If you get confused, obviously, you can email us. You can email us at admin@georgiapeachdesigns.com. We'd be glad to help you out. Thank you so much, and you guys have a wonderful day. God bless.